No, we would never do that. Goodbye, never. We shall always say, I'll see you soon, so no matter what happens, we'll always find our way back to each other. You know, it takes real audacity to say it. Drifting that words from your lips, drawing it up from your stomach of decision, from the sweetness of love, fantasy, and sparks, to the painful goodbye. It takes guts to choke out of your mouth sometimes, especially when this word acts out like magnet. Bad things always come along with it. This word, I tell you, this word sings along with Landon Pick in the shower and Lorde in her laryngitis, the voice that once said, I shall love you, no matter what. I was 17 when I first met him. Junior college, freshman year, I entered the lab room thinking probably I'm the first one to enter when someone from behind interrupt me. Hi, I'm Adarsh. Oliver, nice to meet you. I still remember the day when he walked over to make a conversation with me, only it was a conversation I never wanted to end. You know, I always thought my love story would be like the one in the movies, inundated with magical incidents, unforeseen meetings, that gives you fireflies in your eyes and butterflies in your stomach. He was nothing I imagined love would be like. Our love was getting lost in open roads and hollow chests we just couldn't figure out where it was heading to. But I clung on to him. I learned to hold the relationship tightly in the hope that one day we would mend each other together forever. I'm trying to find back my pieces ever since. I was in love with him. Why wouldn't I be? I believed in him. Why wouldn't I love a guy who hands over these words, I love you, like fresh grapes to you? Fresh and firm, waiting to be tasted, sweet with you, making you realize that not all grapes are sour, sweetheart. Mine are sweet like a stolen cat. I was drunk on his perfume like all the time. His breath was so consumed in love that I felt I could give up anything, and I swear anything for him. Maybe pluck a star from the sky, or jump off the train, or I could run into hell and back, and I swear I would not complain about it. He made me this crazy. It was dangerous to love him. It took me 10 years and 4 drunken hours of New Year's Eve to realize that this was not how I meant love to be. Our love was getting lost in open roads and hollow chests, and we just couldn't figure out where it was heading to. You understand, right? And all my life was surrounded by profound dizziness, a strange refusal to acknowledge my reality. The fear of being alone tiptoed into my life like an old forgotten song. 17 years fantasizing of a love like a fairy tale does not teach you how to love. Does not teach you how to work from baby crawling. Love teaches you how to work or run as fast as you freaking can. So I'm glad I had him to teach me. Before I knew I was his, I heard him call his name to myself aloud, saying, I'll see you soon, Oliver. I'm back in town after 10 years today. I'm standing at the other side of the wedding ceremony now. I look at him and we realize in the soundtracks of prolonged eye contact. Living in fear of endings is no way to end a relationship with someone else and start with someone else when you say, I'll see you soon, Oliver. The Reverend now says, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride. He heard me calling his name to myself aloud, saying goodbye.